Yo, what up, everybody?
Hey.
Hey, guys.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Frolfcenter. Today's the 4th of March, 2021. Austin Lytle, joined with the boys as usual. What's happening, y'all?
What's up, dude? It's Adam. I'm drinking, by the way, the Fest. I feel really bad. I'm setting Austin up for a slam dunk. I'm drinking the Fest beer from Eventide here in Atlanta because it matches my outfit and it's really good beer. But Austin, what are you drinking? And just because I'm kind of mad at you.
Yeah, I know you're mad at me, but I got my hands on some Pliny the Elder, and that is what I'm drinking on tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I hate you so much. Brian Gort, we need to talk. Anyway, we have a killer guest tonight, obviously.
I'm Cody.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Cody, sorry.
I'm drinking hipster hobo. Having a great time over here. Raven could not make it tonight because of the tea times. We had booked it before the tea times came out. So we have a special guest on tonight, Adam.
Again, thanks again to this man. This is this guy's got a disc golf resume that's, I think I said in one of the descriptions, longer than a month's worth of CVS receipts. Like, this guy's kind of done everything in disc golf. High level player, tournament director, course designer, clinic instructor, camp counselor for disc golf, camp counselor. And he's got one of the coolest PDGA numbers I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is PDGA number 26,000 on the nose, Mr. Jay Pontier.
Hey, what's up, Jay?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
Man, thank you for coming on. I messaged Jay at like 11 a.m. this morning and was like, hey, any chance you would want to do this? And he was kind enough.
Glutton for punishment.
Right.
More disc golf all the time.
So, we'll get right into it. Tell us about your first round of disc golf.
Worked at LabCorp, which is the Laboratory Corporation of America in RTP. And I was a traditional golfer, basketball, football, baseball player, golfer in high school. And Brent Allison, who was the telco manager at LabCorp, big shout out there, asked me if I wanted to play disc golf one day. And of course, you chuckle and you say, what is disc golf? And then I played Cornwallis Park, one of the oldest courses in the state of North Carolina. And the next day I was like, I'm not going to laugh about disc golf anymore. I have some muscles hurting that haven't hurt since I got out of the military. So that was the stimulus of a long and passionate love affair with disc golf. And, at Cornwallis Park to where we're at now. Such an adventure, so humbling, so appreciative to everybody that's been a part of it.
Nice. And I meant to say thank you for your service when we started. Oh, yeah. What about the most recent round of disc golf? Were you practicing? Were you in a tournament? Were you maybe mapping a course?
Yeah, the most recent round I would have is probably at Diavolo, prior to us shutting down the course for a little bit. Really good round, hit my lines. I think I was like 11 down from the blues. Wow. It's a dynamic course. There's not a lot of trees in your way, but there are enough trees to where you need to hit your lines. And that day I was spot on.
There's a lot of trees, guys.
Yeah, I've heard.
I want to play this course.
Oh, it's amazing. It's top level. Absolutely top level.
East Coast is all hell, though, right? Yeah.
North Carolina woods.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Jay, first off, the CADL, what does it mean, and what is this behind you?
Yeah, so we'll fast forward from 2002 when I first started playing disc golf to 2006 timeframe. Carlton Howard, incredible disc golfer. He's in the Disc Golf Hall of Fame. He wrote the disc golf rule book. Course designer, just an incredible being that I was able to become friends with in around 2006 by becoming a member of Rattle. Rattle at the time was Raleigh Area Disc League. And around that time frame, that they were kind of, I wouldn't say fizzing, but there became a situation where we put in Middle Creek Disc Golf Course, and I told the town of Cary Parks and Recs director, Doug McCraney, hey, we'll just put Middle Creek under Rattle. And Doug was like, I kind of wish we would go ahead and have our own club. So I was hesitant, but it was the right thing to do because I built such a great relationship with the town of Cary. So Cary Area Disc League formed. Cattle.
Nice.
Cattle.
Yeah. So fast forward, a couple more years, 8 or so, and it just became a point where we wanted to be more encompassing, and it was with conversations with a lot of people. Cary Area Disc League is a small town. We have Raleigh, we have Durham, we have Chapel Hill. They have their clubs. We have Zebulon, we have North Raleigh, and it was just by talking to some people in Raleigh, they were just like we need a club. And so Cary Area Disc League became Capital Area Disc League. And it's not just about, it's not just about people saying, hey, there's nothing here. It was also that we had partnerships with Zebulon on the east side of Wake County, then the town of Raleigh, Parks and Recs, town of Holly Springs, Harris Lake County Park. So there was this linear trek through Wake County that we had a lot of PDGAs there, conducting a lot of PDGAs there, as well as partnerships and the maintenance that we would do year out. So it just made sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And like, for the longest time, I thought it was Carolina Area Disc Golf League. That's huge. Thank you for clearing that up for me. I'm a member of the Facebook page. I hope so. I'm a member of the Facebook page, and I'd always thought it was just the Carolina League, but that's huge. How long were you playing before you decided to take the next step and like, I want to host tournaments and I want to design courses?
Yeah, so everything, I started playing disc golf a little bit later in life, so I was a little bit more mature. I had already established management roles in multiple disciplines in engineering and healthcare IT, as well as the management aspect of the military. So it was really easy to become a manager of the sport, a TD. However, I needed the knowledge and the experience of a TD. So what does that trek look like? You will TD a lot of unsanctioned event first, get your feet wet, and then you take that catapult to a PDGA. And the first unsanctioned event that I TD'd was the Grade 8. And that is North Carolina's Ironman disc golf competition, where we play 8 courses in one day.
What?
What? You have 8 courses on one facility?
No, there's just no traffic up here, guys. There's just no
we're from Atlanta. Sorry.
You could have told him you had to run to every course, guys. Come on.
8?
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Like, is there some glow golf involved? Do we start glow and end glow?
No, it's we cut it off at around 8:30, and we still have people finishing. So start at 6 a.m.
We can make it
and finish around 8:39, depending on the light source.
That is a true friggin' Ironman. No, thank you.
How's that going to happen with all the noobs this year? Like, you're just going to be running people over.
You would be surprised, and I've got a little story. I'll be brief. I'm at Bond Brothers Beer Company. Jay Bond, Jeremy Bond, shout out, Whit Baker. They have this great company in Cary, and we're having a players party that night for the Grade 8, which is Friday night, and the Grade 8 starts at 6 a.m. Saturday morning. Paul Wasmond, just met him. He knew a cattle member, Ken Olson, and we were just chatting, and he was like, what's this all about? And I explained to him. He calls his friend in Asheville, North Carolina, and said, "Get your here. We're going to play in the Grade 8."
That sounds awesome. That sounds weird.
And they did. It was great.
No, I'm telling you, Adam, you should come up. We'll do it.
I'm 100% down. We need an Uber.
Drive. We can just drink and play.
Yeah.
Hey, and
I don't think you're making it that long, that.
We first had it starting at Zebulon, North Carolina, and finishing at Burlington at the 2 courses of Wellspring and Cedar Rock. I kind of bridled that back to the Triangle, and now we end at Don Brown's Swinging DB's private course. So normally I'll get some adult beverages, and they cook food for us. It's a really good ending to the event, which in previous years we we couldn't do that. We'd get kicked out of parks. So
Yeah.
having it at Don Brown Swinging DB's Park is beautiful. So you guys will love the atmosphere.
I've been to Swinging DBs. That's a fun course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite tournament you got to hit every year, or that you look forward to running every year?
First thing that came into my mind playing, Kirk Yo runs an incredible event in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's the bro and sister vacation, Tupelo Bay. Stick McLeod helps Kirk run it. We've got the cattle crew there helping out where they need us, and it's challenging disc golf, but you're playing likely with your bros all weekend. You know, the nightlife, and it's in December, so it might be a little bit cold, but it doesn't matter. Great event.
It's Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, absolutely. The PDGAs that I love to run the most are probably the Airborne at Wake Med. It's a temp course set up about 9,000 feet. We have a 1,001 foot hole at Wake Med soccer facility. So we go around a big pond with a water fountain, and we have a long field, and then we have some stadium area holes. The Downtown Urban Open is the urban event we have at the Town of Cary headquarters campus. And these are both charity events, so that's why as well. One of them's for an armed forces charity, and the other one's for a charity under the Town of Cary.
Nice. That's awesome.
Hey,
yeah, I've heard those are must-play events.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying they're must-play events from what I've heard, both of them.
Yeah.
Were you guys involved at all with the mountain disc golf experience?
No, that was I know
that's all Asheville, isn't it?
It's all Asheville, and they actually go through downtown. It's an incredible experience. I haven't played it, but I've seen a lot of it on YouTube, and it looks great.
I'm wondering when that's coming back.
Before, though, right?
Pardon me?
You've done an urban disc golf tournament before, right?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, that you're talking about the one.
Yeah. The duo is the Downtown Urban Open.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that was that's got to be fun. Atlanta did Streets Atlanta one year, and I think they did it one year and stopped doing disc golf in it. But
yeah.
Oh, that must be fabulous.
You're an Innova ambassador again this year? Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. How did you end up? How did that come to be? Did you have an Innova connection, or did they reach out? You reach out to them, and reach out to you?
No, and I always say, keep your head down. Action speaks louder than words. They picked me up in 2017. It was a total surprise. Big shout out to Bobby Herman, aka Bronto Bobby. Gives me a call, starts filling me in on the process and everything. And I know there was likely some of the Team Innova players who were called upon for references. And the next thing you know, I'm getting a contract in my hand, and it's been great to be able to leverage that, portfolio of infrastructure with them and just grow the sport. Play as well. I mean, there's definitely a play aspect when I'm not designing courses and implementing them and a couple other high arching things, but it's just been a great experience with Innova.
Were you throwing Innova before that deal went down?
Yeah, absolutely. There was a little bit of mixed bag. I think one of my money discs was a Discraft Glide, so that was a little bit of heart pain to get out of my bag. And I just being military, the Wizard, the Gateway Wizard, they had a ballistic nylon Wizard, so they had ballistic nylon within their plastic. And so me being military, ballistic, I got to buy this.
It's like all the guys who buy the hemp Wizards, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it ended up being a great putter, great catching putter, just a great feeling putter. So that was another transition that I had to get out of my bag. Other than that, there wasn't anything other than Innova. I can't believe.
Yeah, I've got it. So they always give me this question for the Innova guests because I'm an Innova nerd. What mold's been in your bag the longest from Innova, and what's the newest mold to make it in?
My go-to driver is an Innova Orc. Probably the first disc that I would have had in there for the longest is the Rock and the KC Pro AVRs. I still have a 10-time KC Pro AVR that I throw in you know,
Not in the winter.
sub freezing weather.
In the wintertime.
Yeah. But it's probably the Rock or the AVR are the longest ones.
And let's say you had the keys to the factory one night and Dave done a pace would never find out. What are you going to make?
Well, I've already had this conversation with Innova. So I throw the Orc Driver, the Rock mid-range, and also the Crow. Mm-hmm. It's a smaller diameter rock, and it's something off the shelf. It's a little bit stable, so I could throw it with a little. They call it JPO Flex, where I'll throw overstable disc with anti-flex, and off the shelf it gives me a really good S turn, and it's so for that aspect, it's accuracy for me. The Orc is overstable, so I throw that on Anheuser until they get beat in. And the same thing, my rocks are San Marino rocks. I have other variations of rocks, but I mostly throw the San Marino rocks. So I'm on the overstable side a little bit. I'm not throwing 600 feet, but I have enough distance where I can turn these things over and get them where I need to.
I've always been jealous of San Marino rock guys because they're the easiest to find, I think, still. Yeah. Like I'm a classic rock guy. Let me tell you, I am paying out the wazoo for classic rocks right now because you can't find them anywhere. It's terrible.
Well, you know a guy.
You know a guy.
Now I do. Now I know a guy.
I hate you, Adam.
To Jason Schwakey about him. I mean, that's what.
Oh yeah. So your question was if I could go in and make anything. So I went through what my main, Crow, Rock, Orc. You start to see they're the same letters. So I asked Innova, hey, could you make me a core putter, COR? The chain osculating receiver putters. It's something stupid like that. But it was the core, COR. Yeah. And it was a joke to a great guy at Innova. He's been my sales guy. He's a sales manager there, David Shope Boomer. He's been just an incredible person to work with over the past 18, 19 years, being an Innova dealer as well. But and he's like, well, he's very reserved sometimes when he talks, and he's like, Latitude 64 has a core, COR. Yeah. So no, we can't do it. And I'm not saying I would ever get a personalized disc, but it would be a core putter with ballistic nylon in it.
With ballistic nylon.
With ballistic nylon, yeah, that's great.
All right, so Che Ve Crapple, cherry vanilla crapple.
Yeah, we didn't ask you what you were drinking.
Damn it. We're not very good at this.
Che Ve Crapple. Bobby Hen, you know what I'm talking about.
Bobby Hen knows. Bill Willis says, hey, do you know this Bill Willis character?
Absolutely. Bill's a great guy. Hey, Bill, what's up?
Bill says hey as well, of course.
So when you started designing courses, what's the hardest part that goes into that? Is it meeting with the city? Is it finding land? Is it just designing it itself? Or
I've been blessed. There's been a little uphill battle in getting courses in, but I feel like creating relationships with Parks and Recs was really important. And you've seen our mantra: volunteer, build, throw, and win. Volunteer build is up there for a reason. So the volunteer and build aspect I really targeted in producing relationships with these government entities, Parks and Recs, and municipalities to give them an understanding of, hey, I'm not just playing disc golf every day, throwing garbage, cursing at people. I'm invested in communities and I want to grow the sport. And once those relationships started, and again, it's Zebulon Parks and Recreation, City of Raleigh, Town of Cary, Town of Holly Springs, Harris Lake County Park, the things just opened up. And this was in the 2010, 2012 timeframe. Now with the pandemic and Parks and Recs are just going bonkers to implement disc golf in programming, whether it be, summer doubles or temp courses like we have set up at Dorothea Dix. There's a couple other cities that have been discussing with me to put some other temp courses up soon. So it's a sieve. I mean, I've been getting so many offers. There's a lot of disc golf courses that I haven't discussed with my peers in my inner circle about yet, because they're just, they're in the queue. So we have Diablo that just went into maintenance mode. Well, we're still doing projects there. I quickly had to change my gears to Eagles Talon, which is Falls Lake State Park. It'll be North Carolina's first 18-hole disc golf course in a state park in North Carolina.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's a huge step.
That's awesome.
You're breaking a barrier there.
Yeah, so I'm really proud of that. And again, it's just, I'm not putting on a suit and knocking on doors going, hey, can I build a disc golf course? Yeah. I'm either getting calls or referrals to people, and I'm not the best disc golf course designer. I mean, that's just not up to me. I would never say I am, but I'm producing courses, and it's a lot easier than it was when I first started. So it's just, investment, return on investment is just huge right now. A lot of things coming to fruition, and it's not just me. It's a lot of Cattle Nation that have put in blood, sweat, and tears as well with me. I don't stand in front of people. They're beside me. We're holding hands, moving forward. That's my mentality, even though some people might tell you differently. But it's a great time in the area right now to be building disc golf and programming and creating relationships.
Is there, as a course designer, is there one thing that drives you crazy that you see on courses?
One thing that drives me crazy. I have, and I'm sure some people like Maury Newman or Lou Uraney or Becky Uraney or Mike Heidaloff, they'll be chiming in right now. And Mike Sink telling you that I try to be a perfectionist, but it's just, I want to try to do the right things. And again, we had Diavolo. It's not perfect. We have tee pads where we didn't put crush and run at the bottom and then fine screens over top. We have clay underneath them, and they're not pervious right now. So every time I go over there when it rains and I see water pooling on these tee pads, I'm starting to get triggered. But I think attention to detail, Cody, is something that I look at. We took time. Diavolo was slated to go in another park, and I already had it designed, and I had it named Diavolo. So it's Diavolo is 10 years in the making, 5 years to plan, and 2 years to construct. And again, like I said, we still have follow-on projects, but we'll get into maintenance mode at some point. But it's the attention to detail, like crowning out your landing zones, trying to understand where discs are going to land, where they're going to fly, trying to get your first cut of rough cleaned up with all the scrub trees. Just those little fine details that I look at, and promote to other designers.
Nice. So like when you go play another course, you can kind of nitpick. This landing area should be bigger. We might need to trim that, or.
We never. Hey, I've learned one thing in designing courses. It's like no course designer downgrades another course designer.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're dealing with behind the scenes. They don't know what the
exactly.
Is there has anybody put a theme on your courses yet, or this is a J design hole or anything like that?
Oh yeah. They're all every hole at every course that I've built, they're anti-flexes.
Yeah. You got to play some of those.
Matt Dollar would
clean up there in Canada.
So Middle Creek went in, and Middle Creek is at a school system. The park is adjacent to a school system. So we had a tremendous amount of design constraints. And again, Carlton Howard was the lead designer. He brought me on and mentored me, great guy. And I also want to give out a shout out to Jim Markov. He was the Kentwood. Kentwood is one of the second oldest courses in the state. I think it went in '83 after Horizons. And so it was kind of like Platoon, the movie Platoon with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
I had Jim Markov and I had Carlton Howard, and it was a great scenario as the Platoon scenario. So I had all this mentorship going on, but I was older, so I think maybe that's why they gravitated and allowed me to do more things with them because of my age and possibly maturity. But shout out to Jim Markov. I was on the Kentwood grounds crew quick. I think that's where I got my work ethic on disc golf courses to maintain, because Kentwood's been through a lot of configurations. All those stone markers for T signs that they have in the ground. Me and one other person put those in one day. And, I remember all the reconfigurations and just, again, all the friendship that I had with Jim Markov. And, that's really helped me facilitate how I want to conduct business too in disc golf.
Kentwood's got a great name behind it too.
Kent Rock.
Yeah, and it's the Oregon Park of North Carolina, in case you guys are wondering.
Very busy.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's for the Atlanta
Very
people.
busy, redone a couple times, et cetera, et cetera.
Jason Light, recent guest, Jason Light says, I love playing in Raleigh, but it's been so long since he's been there. And I think everyone's wallets are probably heavier because you haven't been up there to steal their money, Jason.
Jay Light. You said Oregon, right? Do you know where I was born?
Where?
No, we did not. We didn't do that much research.
Roseburg, Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. We're
Roseburg,
talking about
Oregon.
Oregon Park here in Atlanta, which is the UDisc.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's right next to a college campus and 2 neighborhoods and a shopping mall. It's unplayable at this point, pretty much.
It's unplayable on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or after 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it's also been redone a couple times. That's what I was more leaning towards.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, and we've been having great things going on at Kentwood. Mike Kirsch, who runs our Friday summer doubles at Kentwood, he's had a basket fund and recently purchased new baskets. They've already gone in the red top, the end of the baskets. We had a Cameron Fairchild's incredible guy. He did so much work at Diavolo, picking up debris and everything. Just a really good go-to guy.
You'll get it out.
Bless you.
So Cameron Fairchild, I literally got this in the mail from him 2 days ago, and then he put up a white one. I was like, dude, if you put the white one up first, I would have bid more on it. So, Cameron, if you're sitting on these, let's talk. Sorry.
Jay's already told you you got a friend in him.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Cameron knows what I paid for that. So
I'll have him bring him at the Diavolo parking lot. Wink, wink. When it
I'll
gets
have Cody
dark.
pick him up. I'll have Cody get him for him. Just Venmo him from the Frolfer account. Here's the hat money. Just give me classic.
Awesome. But just in highlighting people like Cameron Fairchild, I mean, Cameron and I, we weren't close at all until the Diavolo project, and it was just like people were, I don't want to say coming out of the woodwork, but the amount of support that people were showing up and just doing things on their own, like, hey Jay, I'm gonna work a couple hours and pick up debris and stuff, and it was amazing. So people like him are just incredible. And to get a classic rock from him is gold.
Yeah, it feels. I mean, I'm real happy about it because I love those things.
Yeah.
Jay, I gotta ask you. So, as a fellow, I'm actually designing a course right now. Is there any piece of advice you would give somebody just starting off? Like, what do you look for in course designing? Like, what do you go into at a blank canvas? What are you doing?
Yeah, because I'm going through this with a private company in RTP right now that we may put in 2 courses there, and they asked me to go through my process. And one of the first processes is, I want to do quite a few site assessments. I want to look at the land, from one point to the next point, upside down, turn it over on its head, make sure I know the terrain, and look for features. I'm looking up a lot when I design because I want to get these incredible features such as trees or terrain near tee pads or baskets and look at. So for instance, hole 19 at Diavolo, walking through those woods, there was an indent marker, and an indent marker is a navigation tree that Indians used to use in the past.
Correct. Correct.
It might, the bent trees. And I saw that one, and it was pointing towards the east. And I was like, that's the middle of this hole. Now, our right side, it's a par 4, 600 and some feet, and it's a single fairway to start and a dual fairway to finish. So the left side fairway is a little bit wider, but there's some trees in the end, and the right side is a little bit narrow. But that indent marker tree is in the center, and so that's how that hole was envisioned and then cleared.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So
I like
how
that.
satisfying is that, right?
Right?
Yeah. But see, that's the artistic part of my design. My lean-to is, first and foremost, PDGA disc golf design guidelines. So if you've ever seen that, it has skill, it has footage, and then it has par for those skills.
Width of the fairway.
Yeah.
I wish I would have sent you that picture because I literally just got it the other day from my buddy, the dude I'm working with.
Yeah. So, and you have that open foliage and closed foliage factor. So open foliage, you can creep out the distance and keep it as a par 4. The example is hole 9, one of our picturesque holes over a pond going into the red meadow. I call it Diavolo Devil. And it's a 789-foot par 4 from the blues. And the reason for that is it's downhill off the tee, and then it has open foliage.
It's
exhausting. It has some trees.
It's exhausting. Don't let them fool you.
It has 2 fairways too. It's an
amazing hole. It really is.
So those, that's the math aspect of the design that being in healthcare, IT, information systems, and trying to be analytical, that's where I lean to. But you have to have the artistic. And again, going back to Diavolo and doing site assessments for designs, just really know your land, try to find interesting areas where you can, obviously put in a basket or a fairway or a tee pad, but also, be analytical to it where you don't have a wide open, 389-foot par 4 from the blues, which, that's not a par 4.
Yeah.
And you use your guides. After a while, you'll be able to, you'll start to flow. Site assessments, looking at things multiple times. Then you'll start going, oh, there's my hole 1. Do I want a linear layout? Do I want a rabbit ear where 1 and 9 come to the parking lot, 10 and 18 come to the parking lot? That's what you want to do, but it's not always the case. Eagles Talon at Falls Lake is going to be a linear layout. So those are some of the things I'm going through, trying to understand how can I get people to certain areas where we have shelters if they need to use the bathroom, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that was one thing that I definitely learned off the rip was like learn the lay of the land and then design around that, and don't have any number of holes, like design holes prior to designing the course.
Yeah.
Yep.
And bring
huge.
people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bring world
High-rated,
champions.
low-rated, good friends, bad friends, the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
As many eyes that you can put on it, the better. The more, the better.
Yeah. Because look, there's people who know they might know risk management better than you, and you're overlooking something. And they're like, hey, look, there's a parking lot over there. I don't think we want to have a basket near where these kids, are going to be. It's just, those kind of things like that.
The tournament that's going on this weekend at the fucking Memorial.
Real quick, Jay, would you say that course design is about being a sponge or being a scalpel?
I think you should always be hungry for knowledge, but absolutely be a scalpel.
Gotcha.
And just to extend that, I've always, I said it more in the military. I want to be a chameleon with a scorpion's tail. So that kind of gives you that sponge scalpel.
That's savagery right there.
There we go.
I just wish I knew some graphic designers who would make that logo for me.
Some Art of War stuff.
I'm sure there's somebody watching right now to help you out.
Apparel has got you.
Dark Ace Apparel can do gnarly graphics. Like
them guys are really cool.
Hey, hold on. One more. I want to flip the script on course design, and I want to ask you the same thing for a TD. I think we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. You said something about running non-sanctioned events, but what's some advice for up-and-coming TD that you would give to them?
Yeah, be educated. You're always going to not have all the experience. Like, hey, I have my driver's license. I just went through driver's ed. I'm a great driver. No, you're not.
Right.
You got to go through experiences like knowing how to take your foot off the accelerator, knowing where your hands need to go on the steering wheel. So it's that real world experience. I feel like as a TD you get, because I get questions all the time, and when I answer them, I would hope I look them in the eyes and go, I don't know the answer to that, but I have this rule book right here, and I'm going to research it. Just no fluff, but just always be hungry for knowledge. I'm mentoring 2 TDs right now that are going to run our PDGA league. Shout out to Robert Snipes and Lou Uraney. They've just been great guys, and I want to give back as much as I can. And, those guys, I sent them the FAQs on how to run a PDGA league. I wrote up an email, and Robert Leonard, shout out. We're wanting these guys to be ahead of the curve and help out as much, because you can go and run around in wet ground, but if you have somebody over there going, hey, it's dry over here, that's what I want to do for new TDs and mentoring them, and just again soak up as much knowledge as you can get, because you're not going to know it all.
You're going to make mistakes, 100%.
Right.
I'll tell you
Absolutely.
that right now.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Disc golf is growing kind of at an ungodly rate at this point, and obviously the nice way to put this is we found the bottlenecks. There's not enough courses, there are not enough tournaments, and the internet infrastructure isn't really keeping up, right? Is there anything that a TD can do to keep from getting just heat on the internet, being like, your tournament sold out in 2 minutes and it's filled with 820 rated noobs? Like, is there a fair way to continue to grow this fast?
I think, a good analogy is how the government exercises these things. You're not going to please everybody. Not at all. I've been having this problem at the Downtown Urban Open and the Airborne at Wake Med, where I've had people going, when are you going to start having the pro day? When are you going to start having? And this is 5, 6, 7 years ago. The Azalea, a great event in Wilmington, they branched out a few years ago, and they have their pro-am. So I think you'll start seeing that a lot more. And we did that this year too at our Buckhorn Open events. We had a Buckhorn Pro weekend and a Buckhorn Am weekend, and
it was real
fabulous.
Fun. Real fun weekend. Real great weather. It was great.
So I think you're going to start seeing that branching out more and more. But I hope that the pro-am, the same weekends, are still intact, and they just all don't branch out, because that's a good experience for some AMs to be able to talk to the pros during a weekend of that nature.
That's awesome. I like that a lot.
I'm sorry. I played the Diablo Pro Day. That's what I was talking about. The great weather we had.
He played the wrong day.
The wrong day.
Yeah, Saturday was the Duovalo Am, and it was sunny and pretty. And then the pro day, it started raining at 3 a.m. Terrible. A lot of Brian Schweberger came that morning in his Crocs, and he turned around. He said, I don't play for money, I play for fun. So he didn't play that day, and no negative towards him. Love having him at my events, but that just depicts what kind of a weather day it was.
Can you imagine if he actually started playing for money, how good he'd be?
Yeah. He would finally be in my top 10, famous disc golfers that I know. I'm teasing. It's an inside joke. Inside joke.
We like
Shots fired.
We like it. Very good.
Love you, Schwebby.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good. So I've got a question for you, Austin, who's usually here on the show all the time. He's kind of got this thought, like the PDGA is the PDGA. Should there be an ADGA? Should we ever split this off and have an amateur version of this and a professional version that's not the same organization?
Yes. And the reason why that is my experience as a golfer since I was 5 years old, because I went through the amateur, I understood the PGA, and I understood the dynamics of both and the reasons why you needed both. And I'm an absolute advocate for that. Will we manage it well if we're still the PDGA? Probably likely, but I think the trek would be higher. The learning curves would be higher if we would at some point branch that out. I think that's a great idea.
And if you had a ADGA, you could pay the tournament directors. You could literally make a payout system where the tournament directors, I know that's a big complaint. I've never really lost money at a tournament that I've hosted, but I know that's a big thing out there is like, should tournament directors get paid, and the Amateur Disc Golf Association could fix all that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, there's what I'm seeing in the landscape right now, there's a lot or numerous events that are going amateur only. And I don't know if it's to make more money or if it's to, allocate that amateur growth. But
yeah, and I'm all about
it.
All about
I'm right there with you. I'm so torn in between. Like, do I support an all amateur tournament, or am I mad because I can't play this tournament because I'm a pro?
Yeah, and there's no one wrong answer to do those as well. I mean,
exactly. Everything since we started was like grow the sport, grow the sport, grow the sport. And now we're getting to the point where it's like, man, maybe we need a little division.
Slow the sport. Yeah. Slow the sport.
And split
the sport.
And two of the great, AM events going on right now. Chuck Connor, Spike Heiser.
Yep.
Chuck Connolly, excuse me.
Chuck Connolly, I love Chuck.
Yeah. And Hannibal McGarity at Fly Guy Disc Golf. There, a lot of amateur events, and Hannibal and I work really closely together, and then Chuck and we've known each other for years. For that first grade 8 tournament that I managed, I always went to Finn's Furs and Feathers. He has a store in Sanford, North Carolina, and I would go there to buy my disc for payout. Now I'm buying retail. He's also sponsoring some discs as well, but I'm buying retail. I wasn't in a dealer then. Retail to do payout in an unsanctioned event. So that just goes to show you, my trick that I do.
Heart and dedication.
Yeah. But two guys, Chuck Connolly and Hannibal McGarity, are really facilitating that, and Robert Leonard as well. Really the amateur growth is being taken care of well.
So, is there any, this, I moved up here recently. I mean, it's actually been a long time now, but is there any Bull City cattle rivalry yet? Do we need to hype that up?
And what a great play on words, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I don't think it is, because a lot of those Bull City guys came over and worked on Diavolo. Matt Smith, he's the head pro at the UNC course. Cattle people have gone over there and worked on their work days. So I think it's really reciprocal. Sam Klotman.
I love Sam.
Sam Henley, they've been over at Diavolo working their, rears off on the course. So I think it's reciprocal. I don't think there's any animosity or, rivalry, but I think it's just we're fused together in this geographic area of disc golf that's just hot right now.
Maybe we need to do a club versus club round.
Should I say something and start a fight or something?
I don't know. I think so.
I mean, we've kind of got something going on down here in Atlanta.
We got a lot of chirping that goes on around here. Let's make sure it's a natural thing.
Oh, man. Yeah, exactly.
But the cattle includes Dan Hastings and Raven, and I don't want anything to do with that.
Right, yeah.
I don't want that smoke.
Dan Hastings got that giant trophy now, right?
He's a big
guy. I gave Dan and Schwebby their first tour. I think it was their first tour of Diavolo, and it was – you talk about some,
shots you didn't think of.
Fraternity talking, guys. It was great. I mean, it was
locker room talk,
so
right?
good.
Bro talk.
And that's the way disc golf should be. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I've got a couple of viewer questions for you real quick. Okay. Bill Willis wants to know, what accomplishment are you the most proud of as a player?
As I put in my bio, 2010 North Carolina Flying Disc Championship. We no longer have that event. It was a really good event. We had field events, long distance, MTA, accuracy, and then we have a PDGA. We also had double disc court. That was a part of that.
That's the thing Scott Stokely was all about.
You are old.
You are old.
Yeah. So we're talking about possibly bringing that event back.
Joe
There's been
Costa loves double.
Yeah,
Discord, I believe.
Carlton Howard's a great. Richard Pascal, Carlton Howard, they're great double disc court players. So North Carolina Flying Disc Championship had those field events as well as the PDGA. And 2010, I believe it was 2010, I slayed Jeremy Coling and David Wiggins Jr. I'm calling them out because I did. I won. I won that PDGA. So if you can say, hey, as a pro, what was your defining moment? Because they're both amateur world champions. So
yeah, and a world distance champion.
That's a really good one. That's really good. We have one more viewer question. Pop or soda?
Pop or soda?
Yeah, do you say pop or soda?
It's Coke.
Give me a Coke. Yeah.
Give me Coke.
Yeah. It's Coke.
Yeah, give me a Coke. Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense. Atlanta's kind of got the out of that because we're like, this is where Coke's from, so we're not going to call everything Coke, but it's mostly soda for us. But it's a question we get all the time. So, anywho.
Dude, where do you see disc golf in 5 years from now?
I think we're talking about the amateur and pro sides of the governing bodies. I think there's going to be more talk of that, and we may have a decision based on that. I think the Parks and Rec system, now that they understand disc golf is an incredible lifetime sport for recreation, and the stigmas, are gone from years and years ago, and no need to get into the weeds, but it's a more visible professional atmosphere. And when Parks and Recreation entities reach out to you wanting to do more programming, not just have you run events, but do more programming, that's a telltale sign that it's going to have another trek, and it's going to have a trek in the volunteering, the building, the throwing, and the winning. And those four things in our mantra are really going to catapult this area. So I feel like it's the infrastructure is going to build out more in the next 5 years. The amateur professional aspect, there's going to be a divergence possibly, or hopefully come up with a plan. And then, who knows about the products? It's always with me and software development, it's people, processes, and products. So the product aspect, who knows where we're going to be in 5 years with, the supply and demand issues we already have. We've got to have companies build out, because dealers right now are just feeling the supply.
I mean, we're talking about 50 disc mystery boxes from Discraft right now. You don't, as a vendor, you don't know what you're getting from Discraft right now.
Exactly.
All you can order is a 50 disc mystery box. Let me get it out. Sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Claw game, baby. Give me a destroyer in the claw game. Like,
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
What's happening here?
I love it. So it's there's got to be more investment in, obviously, brick and mortar infrastructure for more manufacturing process. So I'm sure all of these disc golf manufacturers are, their product owners should have that vision built out 18 months. And I'm sure their keisters are under the gun right now to really understand what's getting ready to happen and what has already happened as a stimulus to make more supply for the demand. And I don't feel like
snowball, man. We're in a snowball right now.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. I don't think we've seen the hype.
Yeah, no, we're nowhere near the climax of it.
We've hooked people, and they're about to get their jobs back. The economy's about to start to get rolling. They're going to be able to buy a grip bag. They're going to be able to buy the plastic they want.
Hey, but if you need any discs and you don't think they're available, just go to the Carry Play It Again. They have like 2,000 discs. It's ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous
thing
up their I've ever seen in my life. They always have the fresh releases. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Shout out to Town of Holly Springs Play It Again Sports too. Wayne Perret, he's the owner over there.
Maybe that's where it is.
Yeah,
I'm getting confused.
I've helped them out a bit on the disc golf platform, and it's a real good store. Matt at Carey too is great, so it's a good area to have around here.
They do the
Play It Again's been huge about disc golf. I love that.
Yeah, and it's go sell your disc, you might want a hockey stick or something. So it's a good.
My favorite rock in the bag is a Beat KC Pro flat top.
Here we go.
That was $3.99 from the Kennesaw. Play it again.
Oh
Just
my
got
god, that's there's
$3.99, and that thing is like it flies like a leopard. It just goes. Woo.
Hold on. One more thing. Before we were just saying like 5 years from now, the disc golf scene is going to be blowing up huge. And like you said something about the Rexon Park, recreational division of the parks. I think that we're going to be seeing the huge sponsors and the big payouts and the bigger tournaments going towards more like private courses, like we're seeing at the Preserve and Las Vegas Challenge, so to say. I mean, they jammed 3 courses in an 18-hole ball golf course, but I think we're looking at that, like the private entities of disc golf being the pro majors, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And in our area, I've created the Capital Area Strategic Planning Committee, and that's with entities like Greater Raleigh Sports Alliance out of Raleigh, North Carolina Amateur Sports, and the state games. Lot of strategic people, TDs, as well as some Parks and Recs entities. Mike Sink from the town of Cary, Seth Year out from Raleigh Parks and Recs. So we're all getting together to understand what's happening, what's going to transpire, and now, it's also to help build out our infrastructure.
Yeah. Will y'all reach out to ball golf courses? Is that something in the plan for the future?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a defunct golf course right now that I just created an operational health and safety plan to possibly have an event this spring and summer. So since we're still in COVID, and that's a course where it would be epic. There's some really good drop-off tee areas that on video I've thrown a disc. It's probably like 150 foot tall through a disc, close to 425 putters and rocks.
That's cute.
But again, it was downhill. But those types of shots are epic, and this golf course, which is no longer open, is going to hold that if we can get there.
So Jay, we were gonna invite you to the course that first started with me. We got some Austin input underneath. We got the Bomb Squad team behind it. Everybody's looked at, but it's at this
cliff golf course.
It's a cliff golf course, and we want you to come down and be there this year during the tournament and play the tournament. It's called Boomtown.
Is that the one where you had a suit on?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I've seen some video of that. That sounds like fun.
You have to come out.
You gotta come.
Okay. Even better, we're gonna have
North Carolina is scenic, but this golf course is scenic.
Yeah. You got an 1,100 foot par 4 that you might be able to park. Who knows?
I'm so intrigued, and with our rapport here, I feel like we're vibing very well. So I'm all in.
We're gonna rent a mansion with like 8 bedrooms and a pool. So if you want to get in on that, just let me know.
Raven's already coming for the distance contest. So
Raven's coming.
We get a whole.
I've got a dark horse coming for. I've got a dark horse coming for the distance competition.
Okay. So anyway, if you want to come down, we're gonna make it happen. We'll talk to Bomb Squad. We know those guys. These guys know those guys. But yeah.
Now, should I go ahead and reserve a room maybe 2 or 3 days after that in Vegas? Because that's where we end up, and we don't even know it.
Yeah.
Vegas. For us,
Vegas style, but no.
Layover in New
Orleans. Magic City.
We'll be in New Orleans.
I'd rather go back up to Cherokee and just call it a night.
Yeah, we'll go back up to Cataloochee.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the fun question time.
Okay.
First off, viewer question: what's your favorite condiment?
Mayonnaise.
Hey, is it Dukes or Hellman's?
You know that mayonnaise is considered spicy in Cobb County. I just wanted to put that out.
Is it Duke's mayonnaise or is it?
I think pretty much most mayonnaise, but Duke's is the most spiciest.
Yeah. I have Hellman's in my refrigerator right now.
There we go.
Yeah. Now my wife's family, who her dad owns a 1,000-acre tobacco farm in Bahama, which is in North Durham. I mean, you go up there, her aunts and uncles, it's Duke's.
We need
Yeah,
a.
you
we need
can't
a-
turn down
I like
Dukes.
Duke. I'm a Dukes guy. I like Dukes.
Yeah, I'll eat Dukes
Yeah.
gladly up there because I don't want to get kicked
Dukes,
out of the
almonds,
family.
blue plate.
I don't want to get kicked out of the family.
Yeah,
My man.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so Pablo he read up and got the $10 million contract, but the original contract, he bought a McLaren. You get a contract that big, what are you cruising around in?
I'm a Paisan, so I probably have a Lambo, baby.
Yeah.
And let me ask you,
What color?
Which version of Lambo?
I want the
You know-
Diablo. I want the Diablo.
Why Diablo?
I want the Mercy.
Because
Well,
it's
I'm gonna say-
I grew up building that shit. I don't know.
I'm getting the Murcielago.
I was
I mean,
sitting.
you gotta pull.
answer
Yeah, you can pull a
perfectly.
Murcielago into JP Mosley, but you gotta pull a Diablo into Divolo.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude,
And
plus
so,
that was the first one with the doors, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
think
Countach
so.
came out like this, but the Diablo came out like this.
All right,
It's-
I've got.
What
This
color?
is-
Hold on, I didn't hear the color.
Red, baby. Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all red right now. Go Dogs.
I would probably get a red, but I own a lot of black vehicles.
Is that a Wolfpack color thing or what is it?
No, just probably just earth tone military,
Sure.
tactical. My last two Jeeps were both black.
Yeah.
I have a Gladiator now, and they're coming out with the electric Gladiator, guys.
Oh, the Gladiator's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
So I see you wear a lot of red. Is it like? Do you have a color at tournaments? Are you like a guy who dresses away for a tournament?
Hey,
I
Tiger, shout
li-
out to Tiger.
I'm the day glow color of discs, safety green.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
a black with day glow trim is my forte, but with Innova gear I have a lot of red too.
Kind of the Joe Costa look.
Hey,
Hey, shout out to 3M.
Yeah.
For keeping us bright on the course.
Joe Costa with that 4-digit number. Okay, I've got to ask. I'm going to ask three of these. What is your favorite course in North Carolina, in Georgia, and in the United States?
North Carolina. I really enjoy playing Nevin in Charlotte. It's another one of those thinking courses, risk reward. It's got distance, but you better have your head screwed on right. And of course, they have Renaissance and Hornets Nest too. But I think Nevin really makes me like slow down and think what am I going to throw? Is it a driver or is it a dialed down mid range or something like that? So just I love Nevin. Georgia, it's got to be Tom Triplett. Love that course.
Nice.
Yeah, we go to Hilton Head every summer in August for my daughter's birthday party down in Hilton Head, and I'll make a trek over and play Tom Triplett. Love it, just love it. And what was the
I
third
guess
question?
That's the only course you played in
The
Georgia.
whole
The
continent,
US.
the whole of the U.S. What's your
All
favorite?
of it. Or the world.
Of the U.S.
Favorite course you ever played? Outside of North Carolina.
Let's
we know
see
the
here.
question
Let's
off.
see here. Little brain dump
Yeah,
right
like-
there.
yeah.
Or the course you're most looking forward to playing to at your leisure.
I've played De La Vega before when I took a trip
Nice.
to California. So it's such an iconic, and I think if I was on vacation next week, hey, go anywhere you want to. I think I'd go to De La Vega.
And have to play a course,
Nice.
yeah. Just jump on a plane to De La Vega, 6-hour plane.
Yeah.
There you go.
What about a celebrity doubles partner? Who would be your celebrity doubles partner?
Celebrity doubles partner, Carmen Electra.
There we go.
Hey, I love it.
All right. All right.
I like it.
Zinger.
He just
Zinger.
I would. If we're going.
No, that was
by
like the
age-
most perfect answer I could have. I mean, you're going to distract every one of your competitors. Absolutely.
Hey, Carmen, you don't know how to play disc golf? Oh, don't worry about it. You're still my partner.
Here, let me show you how to
We
throw
put
it. I'll
Dennis
stand behind you and
Rodman on
watch.
FaceTime to just trash talk everybody else as well. Because
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I've heard some stories about some of these unsanctioned tournaments in the backwoods of North Carolina that aren't exactly like PDGA style tournaments. It sounds a little like some of the stories we've heard about Kevin McCoy down here in Georgia. Do you have any? Could you explain to us these kind of unsanctioned?
He's talking about swinging DB tournaments.
Yeah. So, I was telling you about Jim Markov. Well, Jim Markov interfaced me with the Homegrown Tour, and before the North Carolina Homegrown Tour, and that's held at private courses, and those events are some of the best people in disc golf. I've created so many great relationships and memories playing those events. Do we let our hair down a little bit more? Absolutely. But it's such a great time. Wow. I could go through so many courses that were just incredible. And, one of them is Dave Mansfield, and the Tar River. Dave Mansfield has Runaway Rocks and 2 courses on his land in Lewisburg in Franklin County, North Carolina. And Kerry Hawkins has Tar River, which I believe is another Carlton Howard design. And these courses are great. I mean, but again, get back to the backwoods of it's you get such a great experience by playing these courses, and your growth of disc golf, who when you start playing, but then you branch out and you might meet somebody that, hey, I only play private courses, but I might try an event, and then this is me. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Then you might have somebody that goes to it and says, nah, I want the rules. I want to be PDGA.
I feel so big calling foot faults, man. I just want to do it so hard.
Yeah.
I'm a big man when I call a foot fault.
Yeah. So the net is we are spoiled with incredible private courses in North Carolina and incredible homeowners and course owners that do so much work and have so many people working for them. There's so many ground crews. I like to think I know some people, and I have my hand on the pulse of disc golf. But at the end of the day, I might know 40% of the people in North Carolina. So there's a lot more that I don't know. But to the end of the story, incredible private homegrown in North Carolina.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that. They're great people in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So our Dirty South audience needs to know what is your Waffle House order, and does it vary if you go up there
couple more crapples?
Have you went up there?
A couple of more crapples, or the morning after a crapple?
No, it's smothered and covered. I get grits. I get cheese on my grits. I get a pecan waffle and a large sweet tea. If it's in the morning before an event, I might have a coffee as well. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
The awful waffle has been taken care of by my wallet plenty of times.
You're making me hungry.
Close to us.
Stop it.
All right. So what about you just got done with a great tournament, successful tournament. You're going out to celebrate. What are you eating? What are you drinking? What's your celebration?
It's so great that we have so many sponsors like Ruckus and Sophie's Grill and Bar, and just sponsors that when we have summer doubles, when we're at course X, we go to Ruckus. When we're at course Y, we go to My Way Tavern, which has one of the best seafood mac and cheese ever, and I get horseradish in it. So let's say we're at Jones, I will go to My Way horseradish, and I don't only get horseradish in it, but I also get the horsey sauce as well. So it's seafood mac and cheese on horseradish steroids.
Oh,
yeah.
That sounds like a whole bunch of.
Dude, I just ate. You watched me eat before we started this, and I'm now hungry again.
Yeah.
And of course have a couple of craft stouts. I'm a big stout guy.
Oh,
big stout.
You got to hit my boy up at Contrast. He's got some great stouts for you.
And actually, if you come down from Newtown, I got some 2015 Sweetwater Happy Ending in the closet.
Wow. Do you? Wow.
Bring it out for you.
Hey, yeah, Jay, come visit us. Let's have a good time.
Let's have a good time. Jay,
come get lost. Come get trapped.
We got 2 more questions. Are you good? Are you good with like a couple more questions?
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome. I want to know what's your dream card for you to play on? 3 people you want to play with when you go to heaven, who are your 3 card mates?
That's easy. Jeremy Colin, he's I call him my West Virginia cousin. I was born in Rosebud, Oregon. I grew up in West Virginia.
He'd be a terrible coal miner because he's so big he can't even get in there.
He would. The reason why I do that is because here's a great trivia disc golf question. Jay Pontier and Jeremy Colling's mothers both live in Richwood, West Virginia.
Really?
Virginia.
Yeah.
So they have a Waffle House.
Mama.
Yeah.
Hey, you go downstairs, you're at a Waffle House.
Hey, you take me
Better than
home.
Better waffles than you've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, along West Virginia.
That
just
was
go
one
ahead.
guy.
Yeah. Nate Sexton, another Oregon guy. I love Nate.
He was a Carolina Origian for a little while.
Yeah, he was. I think his wife was at Chapel Hill at UNC. Yeah, so It was great to have him around. And again, another Oregon guy that we don't see each other all the time. We don't talk to each other all the time, and we don't have this, great history of relationship. But when I have had interactions with him, I can tell we would definitely get along and be good friends. And then, the next one would be likely my right-hand man. Didn't give him a shout out yet. Brad Allison. He's been with me since I started playing disc golf. He's such a quiet guy. He's a guy like 6'2", 250, quiet. You don't want to mess with those guys.
Right.
You don't want to mess with those guys. But long story short, if I would be broken down in Atlanta right now and I needed somebody to come get me, he'd get in his car and come and get me from Cary, North Carolina. So he's one of those guys that just, incredible. So yeah, Brad Allison, Nate Sexton, and Jeremy Colin. And there's
like a dynamic trio.
Also, not one I want to meet in a dark alleyway after.
Oh, right. No.
That's a scary for that.
That is, I'm turning around and walking the other way.
Yeah, Nate and I would go, hey, Jeremy, Brad, take care of those guys for us.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get to the front of the line, bros.
Or Jeremy would just walk towards them, and then I guess Brad would just handle them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The look. Yeah, the look.
Oh, man. So who's the GOAT in the MPO and who's the GOAT in FPO? All time.
Wow. FPOs, they're both easy, but
FPO is easier than MPO.
Yeah.
Elena King. Got it. Yeah.
So
All right.
Just to dive down, Elaine she's more than gold. I mean, she's been at Diavolo looking over my design. She's been to my work days. She's been to my cattle Christmas parties. She's a cattle member. That's the type of person you get. And I haven't even talked about her being, a player. So just as a
5-time world champ.
I know, as a
one of the
human
best.
being,
Just to mention.
Yeah, as a human being, it's unparalleled. So, yeah, Elaine's my fave, and the GOAT. I know it's a big debate
Hot
right
topic.
now, but from my standpoint, and I negate the. Well, hey, he didn't play against this because you have that in the PGA. Well, Jack Nicklaus didn't play against the
Tiger Woods or
all of the
Dustin
competition
Johnson.
or the good golfers. So I love these guys that are playing now, but KC will always be in my bag. Yeah, he's great. Yeah,
Kenny.
Yeah. Great
I
guy.
love that answer.
I give it to him.
I did a big dive into it with math, and Kenny's still held up. I think, and the other thing is, Paul McBeth's going to make all the money, but there's absolutely no way he's going to get that many championships. And he didn't dominate. No one's going to ever dominate the way Kenny dominated. It's it's
Jordan
thing.
10 years from now, 15 years from now, when me and Austin or Jay's age, we could be having a whole different conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kenny, Paul, blah blah blah.
Calvin. We're talking about Calvin.
Calvin, Raven.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Calvin
I
Heimberg,
agree.
who has now won 10 world championships.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I mean, who knows? But I mean, Macbeth.
And the
made
women
money.
too. The younger women are throwing so much farther and so much accurate than
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Haley
surprised
King
if we
is
see a
terrifying.
ACC one.
Haley King is a terrifying disc golfer. She is
Yes.
going to ruin what people think about FPO. I think.
I agree with that statement.
She's great and has so much room for improvement. But you can kind of see we could have these debates on every sport level. MJ,
Oh,
LeBron,
absolutely.
Kobe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
absolutely. You know,
I think
The
it's
best
sometimes
RC car driver back before the ethanol urge of 19. I mean, whatever it is.
Oh,
You know, people give Hank Aaron shit because they lowered the mound when he turned like 42. So when the mound was lowered, the pitchers couldn't arc the ball in as hard. There was this whole thing about like how he shouldn't be the champion because the mound was low. People forget this. We're always going to find a reason to exalt the legends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Higher speed discs, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're good, you're good.
Yep.
If you're
That's
good,
it.
you're good. Exactly. And if you can compete, you can compete. That's another thing too. People forget.
Yeah.
A lot of this is an individual spirit thing too.
Right. Well, I always tell people it's like, you know, they're like, oh, well, I just shot, you know, a 14 down on this course. So what would that be if I played a PDGA? And I'm like, you can't compare that 14 down in the PDGA because you're not having that PDGA tension and stress.
Yeah, you're not in a PDGA event.
Yeah, you're so much more lax and stress free.
You're
my
not sitting
favorite
there on
quote-
hole 8 for 15 minutes, like waiting for the card in front of you.
My favorite quote the other day was, "How good are you from 30 feet?" And the comment was, "Well, practicing 8 out of 10, but playing a tournament 3 out of 10."
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
So
Yeah.
here's my saying for that. We made a sticker. I don't know, it was like 2012 or something. Park it, don't putt it. So
Yeah.
park it, don't putt it, and you won't have that
Yeah.
big footer.
Drive for show.
That's a Sarah Holcomb statement right there.
I loved one. You know, what is it? Andrew Fish has the "I solemnly swear to play boring disc golf." My new thing has been all scory, no glory.
Yeah, I'll
That's what I
score
do.
no glory.
We had a viewer question real quick. What's your 3-disc bag if you're trying to be competitive?
He already said it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or
CCC, baby. CCC.
Orc Rock, yeah,
That's it.
CCC.
3 letters. That's it.
Good enough.
Orc Crow Rock, Orc Crow Aviar, right?
Yeah, and two disc. It would likely be the Crow. I can throw that. I can reach out the Crow on good days, maybe 330-ish if I need to, and a seasoned Crow. But so Crow and Orc if I just had to play a 2-round because I can putt with the smaller diameter Crow as well. Yeah, I'm a pitch putter.
How is it to find Crows these days? Are they making some one-offs or anything like that?
I don't have an update on the Crow, but I do know I was whining about not seeing a large inventory the last time I was at the warehouse handpicking me some team stamped discs. So I haven't heard, but I'm going to inquire because I have probably 30 and I need at least 100 for the next 2 years.
I sent an email the other day like, "Hey guys, how much money would you take to make DX Glow polecats?"
God,
and they sent back they sent back the stock. We have no plans to ever make a DX. I'm like, but how much money would it take for you to do it? And they didn't respond to like, if I were to give you $100,000, how many DX? Like they were just like, no, we don't want to talk to you anymore.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
I want some DX Glow.
You didn't talk to my sales guy. We'll have to talk to Boomer.
Listen, man, I've got a 1,500 person polecat Facebook group is ready to buy some discs. I'm just saying.
I love it.
I'm starting to think that you might be PDGA Rodman.
He did. PDGA Rodman did have the Halo polecat train me.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that you might be the PDGA Rodman
Is it
asking
Adam?
for Halo
Is
fucking
this
star
Kemp swag
polecats.
golfer? Is this swag?
Did we just figure something out?
Yeah. Oh, he just drinks. He just drinks. Oh my god. We should end it there. Leave
All
the
right.
mystery.
That
leave
would
the mystery
be-
out there.
That would
No,
be
you
one
are the
sexy-
PDGA Rodman, Adam. I'm talking to you.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
he wasn't
definitely
talking to me.
100% not.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, Jay.
All right, dude. Che,
Last-
I'm sorry.
last
I'm sorry. You're wasting
question.
time.
Do you have any questions or advice for us?
Again, Cody, we've interfaced a couple of times, and I've never even spoke to these other guys that are on here that you're with.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. And so I really feel the vibe, and I think you guys are great. I think the questions are good. They're lighthearted. You're asking viewer questions. Great format. I've had a wonderful experience. You've allowed me to talk probably longer than I should have, and I appreciate that.
Not longer than you should have. Longer than we were like 45 minutes ish. That's what we always tell people, and then sometimes they go over.
And then it's like with Andrew Fish, it was 3 hours later.
Yeah. With Katrina Allen, it was 18 minutes, and we're like, oh shit, we gotta go. She said 20 minutes. We gotta wrap this up. Yeah.
Deep data analytics, technological interaction, behavioral science.
Yeah. We are absolute. Yeah, exactly.
Killing it.
Yeah, Jay, tell the people where they can follow you.
Yeah.
So,
follow you and the Cattle Nation. What do they need to do to get involved?
Yeah, Capital Area Disc League on Facebook is our strategic page where we have all our event management, all our strategic information like course design, work days. Cattle Nation is our closed group. Great place for everybody to see everyone else's post. And hey, I'm playing disc golf at 2:00. Hey, I have a disc to sell. Hey, I'm going to Charlotte to play. What are the courses to play? So those two Facebook pages are great. We also have a website, nccattle.com. NC is for North Carolina. We'll be doing more and more updates with that. I'm going to highlight a cattle social media and media director soon. And there's, again, these volunteers and the energy and the waves of energy and people that are coming on board that have great skill sets and specificities towards a certain discipline like social media or like, running events. I definitely want to give them opportunities. So Cattle Nation is long and strong. And I'm so, again, appreciative of everything they've done for me, as well as just, Innova Disc Golf. And, I didn't give a shout out yet, but shout out to Mike Sink from the town of Cary. He's been my partner in crime for disc golf programming and design and construction for under the town of Cary, the courses that we put in. So really appreciate everyone that's been a part of my life, including you guys now. So can't wait to go to Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
We look forward to seeing you, man.
Jay, can we bring you back on in May? I really want to get into, you've done some clinics and instructional stuff with special needs folks and at summer camps and some of the younger folks trying to play disc golf. I'd love to get into that sometime in the summer. You willing to come back on?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
awesome.
dude, I want to dive more
fun.
into everything too.
Okay.
Jay, thank you so much, man. We're going to get you back on soon. We appreciate you, man.
Molte bene. You guys are awesome.
Hey, man, good to meet you, brother. We'll see you soon.
too. Okay.
Ooh, that was really fun.
We're doing it.
That
We're
was
doing
really
it.
good. Cody hooked that up. By the way.
Yeah.
Like it was literally like noon. I get or not even noon. I get a text from Cody's like, "Yo, Raven's like not sure he can make it because his tee off is almost 2:30 in Arizona time." We're like, well, the last thing we want is Raven thinking about Frolfcenter when he's putting on 17. We're like,
All right.
we'll figure it out. We were going to do a round table and just have people give us terrible discussion topics, and that probably would have got us canceled. So thank God that Jay would come on. And that was awesome.
Yeah.
That would not have gotten us canceled. Fuck you guys.
Not yet. I mean,
Not yet.
You tried. You fucking
A couple
tried.
weeks from now, maybe.
Real quick, I want to plug something.
Where
real
is
quick.
Raven?
It's my turn. I'm plugging shit.
He's 7 down. He's tied for 28th.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but that's day one. He's got a lot of time.
Day one. I mean, you can't lose it in the first round, but you can definitely win. No,
Hey, guys,
you can't win it. You can't lose it.
Yeah,
March-
you can't opposite, Austin. Go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
No, listen, I'm down to just keep going with this. March 19th, Friday afternoons at Perk for 6 weeks, starting March 19th. We are sponsoring a league, and we talked about this last week. And I had a problem. I was supposed to make a flyer, and I didn't make it, so I wrote it on a guest check. But then I took that guest check, and I made a flyer. So this is the flyer for Frolfcenter Friday, starting March 19th at Ferguson Park.
Zoom in if you can't see it.
If you zoom in, you can't see it. If not, you can find it on Facebook. Just look up Frolfcenter Friday. Look on the PDGA website. Look on Disc Golf Team. It's all there. Basically, the whole deal is we're sponsoring a 6-week league. If you show up to play and you play I think it's $2 minimum to play, you're already in on a free CTB on hole number 14, Dustin Penright's hole, for a Frolfcenter hat and $20. That's free. We're just providing that. And then there's also some other CTPs and an ACE fund and tiered payouts going on as well. We're gonna have some after parties after league rounds. We may or may not. I'm working on a hat release party for the new hat that's coming out that we can't talk about on March 19th, that Friday, at a brewery very near to Ferguson Park. So just want to let you know that's going on, all that good stuff. Also, real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to the West Side crew.
Shout out.
I
put that on the big screen. I'm so glad I saw that.
The West Side crew just got a new sponsor. Congratulations, Marlboro is now sponsoring the West Side crew. I'm Adam Weslowski, and thanks for coming on the show.
Oh my God!
Go
do that.
You go.
You didn't say he was gonna do that.
You did not.
That's
okay. Thanks.
Shout out West Side.
Hey,
No,
but for real, shout out to West Side. You guys are great. Whole banter between everybody is fucking great. I'm literally crying.
All right, y'all get out of here. Go.
Dude, hey, there's a new course coming to Atlanta. It's the designers, Planet Earth Designs. They designed Little Mulberry, Chattahoochee Point, Alexander Park, a couple others. I just want to start the hype about it. You know, if you hear it here, you hear it here. It's coming. I'm Austin Lytle. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week. See ya.
I'm Adam. I already did this. See you.
Hey guys, so we have a giveaway. The very next female that likes and subscribes our YouTube channel will get a Throw Pink hat, a Throw Pink koozie, a Throw Pink patch, a Throw Pink pin, and a Throw Pink soccer bag type thing. So Throw Pink, tell your wife, your girlfriend, all your friends to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Next one wins that. I'm Cody Vitale. Love everybody. Bye.
Shoppers, can I get a fucking oh yeah? Thank you.